Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I was just thinking about things that we should be grateful for that we usually take for granted. One thing that got me started thinking is this little jar of positive affirmations that was gifted to me, and I got that emergency kit from the Jewish Community Center here. So not every day do I remember to take one out and read it, but most every day I do. So today's positive affirmation is: be grateful for where you are and excited for what's ahead. Isn't that wonderful? So I was just thinking about all the things that I actually overlook during my life, things that I take for granted and that I'm not grateful for. Wherever you are in your life today, you just have to take a step back and thank God for where you are and be grateful for where you are. Even if it's not the place where you had thought that you would be or anticipated that you would be at this age in life or this stage in your life, but be thankful that you are here and that you're breathing and that you are able to live your life. Because I'll be 70 years old this year, and not everybody gets to live to be 70 years old and still be in pretty good physical shape. All the wonderful things that are afforded to me through the medical scientific community. So that's one thing to be grateful for, because even my mother, she suffered from depression, and back in those days, I think they only had maybe lithium for manic depression, and it was a bad thing to be considered depressed or needing psychiatric help. Going to a psychiatrist wasn't the normal thing to do back in the 40s and 50s. So many of our parents and grandparents, they didn't have access to the kind of medicine that we can just so easily go get a prescription for today. So I am thankful for the medication that I get to control my depression. The society that we live in today, especially with this pandemic, we just seem to be bombarded with all of this stress and worry, and you get to feeling helpless, like you want to do something to make things better, but what can you do? We can wear our mask and social distance and stay in as much as we possibly can and use our hand sanitizer, but even these little things, although they do help control the pandemic, it just feels like the world around us is evolving and revolving and just so out of control. And that causes a lot of anxiety and stress when you feel like your world is out of control. But we just can only change ourselves. We can't change society. You can only change what's within you. So, do you focus more on the negativity, or do you try to focus on the positive things in your life and what is in your heart and what you can do to change your own situation and the situation of those around you and the ones that you love? Be grateful for just wherever you are in your life, even if it's not where you thought that you would be, or that you had worked your whole life and you thought you would be at a certain point at your life and, at this age. Just be grateful that you have made it this far and that you've made it over all the hurdles and all the different setbacks and adversities that have come your way. You just have to be grateful and thankful for that. It could be worse. It could be a lot worse. And, we know that. I think that we just forget about that sometimes and we tend to lose focus. But you just have to think about how it is worse. It's worse for billions of other people on this earth. And be thankful for your friends. I am so grateful and so thankful for my friends. They're the family that we choose. They're not the family that we're born with, but they're the ones that we actually meet along the way and that we actually choose to come into our lives and to be a part of our lives. All of the little inside jokes that you have with your friends and all the late night phone calls. If you need your friend at 2 or 3 in the morning, you can call and, they will answer the phone. Or if they're sound asleep and have the ringer turned off, then they will call you back the next morning. So just remember that your friends always have your back. Be thankful for your courage. Most of us, we probably cower and, think that we're weak and we don't have any courage, but we are strong women and men, and, we do have a lot of courage. And just think, you have made it this far. You've overcome sickness and heartaches and pain and disappointments and adversities and setbacks, and sometimes just one setback after another. But you've made it this far, and it's because of the motivation that you have to just think about what motivates you to get up out of bed every morning and brew that pot of coffee and drink your coffee and jump in the shower and just get your day to going. There is something or someone, somebody or something that motivates you, and so just be grateful for that motivation. Be grateful for your strength. I think that we put ourselves down a lot whenever we think, well, sometimes I know I'll react to something and I will regret it later, that I didn't just step back and take a deep breath and realize, why did I react to something like that? And you have to realize that people do things to provoke you, and it takes courage and strength to resist that provocation and to stay true to your morals and what you believe in, and your faith in God. Just be thankful grateful that you didn't break down. There's just so much in our character that we take for granted, and especially if you were brought up in a household the way that I was and raised by parents who never gave you any kind of positive affirmation. You have to learn to give it to yourself and to develop those affirmations for yourself, because it can be done, and I've done it. I definitely was not the same type of mother bringing up my children as my mother was bringing me up. I don't blame my mother 100%, because I know that she didn't have a role model either. I mean, how could she have? Her mother died when she was 6 years old. And I don't know what her mother was like. I never met her, of course, and she never really talked about her. So I would think that maybe mother, she just didn't have that positive influence in her life, so she did not know how to be a positive influencer to her own children. And unfortunately, she didn't put forth the effort to try to change or try to be a positive influencing person. I mean, that's just the way it was. A lot of people from the early 1900s, and they just weren't raised to love. They were raised more in a stern and strict environment, and they believed that, spare the rod, spoil the child, more or less. So I just had that on my mind today after I just read this. Be grateful for where you are and excited about what's ahead. And I'm definitely excited about my life. I love my new apartment. So, it's only through your prayer and our trust and belief in Jesus that I have this beautiful apartment to live in now, and I'm so grateful for it. And I'm grateful for my channel, and I'm grateful for my older subscribers who have been here with me for 3 years. Thank you so much for coming back video after video and leaving comments and supporting me. And I'm grateful for all of my new subscribers who took a chance on me and are going back and watching my old videos and getting to know me a little bit better. This channel is my audio autobiography, and I just try to live it and tell it the way that it really is. So y'all, please give me a thumbs up and share my videos, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so, and y'all just keep on coming back. Bye guys.